I'll just try to bring it. Apart from that, everything is.
Yeah.
Now that we are trying to be friends, like eventually we'll try to get in touch with every now and then, try to know about the different genres of poetry and different experimental works of other poets. That would be great.
Yeah.
Cool, man. We'll just go ahead. Hi, good evening, guys. Welcome one and all to another inquisitive interview show. The interviewer, hosted by Laxman Rao, presented and promoted by Fertile Brains Prasanna Kumar. Today, for the guest, today for the show, we have our guest Molly Joseph from Kerala. Well, ma'am, good evening. Thanks for being on to my show. It's an honor and privilege to know you as a person and a poet. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. It's my honor, privilege, dear Laxman Rao, to be your guest here.
Cool, man. So
Very,
nice of you.
very
So nice.
good. Yeah.
So nice of you for coming onto the show and giving us a big platform over here. Ma'am, before going ahead with the show, I'll just read out the short bio of Dr. Molly Joseph. Here it goes. Dr. Molly Joseph is a professor and a bilingual poet from Kerala who writes travelogue short stories and storybooks for children. She has published 26 books, out of which 20 books are of poems and 2 are novels. That's a great thing, ma'am. That's a great thing. And it's like achievement by itself. Like in the travelogue of journey, in the poetic journey, if you come across 25 books, it's not a small thing.
Thank you.
Because people, they may start with meditation and they will end up with penance. From meditation to penance, it's a long journey. So that way you are, I feel like you are an accomplished poet. Well, going ahead, she has won Mahakriti Literary Samman as Best Poet of the Year at Late Proma Kolkata International Academy Award in Literature at World Poetry Conference, Pune, and Nobel Literature Award 2024 by Prodigy Life Academy. So this is just a gist of knowing Dr. Molly Joseph. So ma'am, hopefully we'll be having a good show. So here we go with the question and Q&A session. Hope you are very well high-spirited, very well with zeal,
Excited.
enthusiasm, and excited.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Ma'am, just to start off with, so how did the Soulscapes, a beautiful poetic title, how did you come up with this title?
Yeah.
Can you describe a bit of it?
Yeah, exactly. Soulscapes. As you said it, Laxman Rao, I had written so many before that. And it, actually, each stage in a poet's life gets reflected. Yeah, soulscapes. You have put it right way. Yeah.
Yeah,
In my case, it comes like this.
cool,
Yes.
man.
Then, there was a time in the beginning when I was so young, as like Wordsworth saying, young with so much of energy, I could see the rainbow and my heart would leap up like that.
Yeah,
And those days, so many books are written, miners wishing, so many things. People liked it. But as you grow, come across
yeah.
people, rub against life, you see and see through life. You feel, what is this big hangama? Hmm. That lies beyond.
Yeah,
Beyond the thinness of things, beyond the faces, smiles, relations, locales, everything.
cool,
So
man.
I'm out on exploring that. I was physically exploring it last few weeks, having
Okay,
a European tour.
cool.
And the whole part of it lies there far beyond our visibility. And I'm trying to explore that through my verses. In this, I thought that was the right kind of
Title.
caption, that my poetic is at this stage of me as a poet.
Yeah, cool, man. That's very well said, man. Very well said. Like substantiating your own title. That's nice, ma'am. But when I read your poetry, ma'am, Soulscapes, as I went through the poems, they're all like thin layered of every heartbeat, this
Yeah.
scape that creates a space for the soul to search on. As I said, like it has every heartbeat that scape that creates a space for the soul to search on. It was like inquisitive thing, like each and every poem was a layered one. Okay, so that was beautifully, intricately written in a different pattern altogether. So kudos on that, man, on that note. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank you.
going ahead.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am. Going ahead, like, where did you pick up this format and what made you to pursue this pattern of poetry? I think your pattern of poetry is a bit distractive for some readers. But what do you want to say about this form?
the right question, dear
Yes, ma'am.
Lakshman Ji. The thing is, I did my doctorate in post-war American poetry after the
Mm-hmm.
Second World War.
Okay.
And my poet was William Carlos Williams, who
Yeah.
was living in the cusp area, like
Mm-hmm.
modernity, postmodernity.
Okay.
Everything was fragmented. There was no hope. War had wrecked lives. T.S.
Mm.
Eliot wrote Wasteland, a heap of broken fragments.
Okay.
And there comes his successors like Ezra Pound, William Carlos Williams, so many others
Okay.
writing.
Mm.
And then, they said, what as a poet we can do at this juncture
Mm.
is to mold a diction that
Okay.
is in consonance with the day.
Mm.
Your
Yeah.
heartbeat goes so much into the reality around. You touch the reality hands on. That's it.
Okay.
The present, like
Okay.
sensei, you experience everything fresh and new. William's poem goes like this: much depends, first line, upon, second line, a red wheelbarrow, third line, fourth line, beside, last
Okay.
line, the white
Okay.
chicken. You know,
So as you said, like it's called as ribbon poetic style.
yeah, yeah. The thing
Okay.
is, I allow my diction to roll around the reality, and I
Okay.
leave Dodd for reader
Okay.
and read. Reader is filling the meaning. I
Yeah.
can't give full stop
Yeah.
because then I'll be arbitrary. I
Yeah.
allow the reader in and get the feel of the present, the time, you know,
Okay.
time as it is fleeting, just like Heraclitus once put it. You can dip your hands into the water, not twice, just one moment. Next moment, water flows.
Yeah.
Same moment, you can dip your hand into the water. Water
Oh,
flows and flows.
that's a very much a poetical way of saying,
Mm.
ma'am.
Time,
Ma'am, going ahead, like, why were you influenced by this American poet William Carlos, and
yeah.
why did you want to do doctorate on him, PhD on him?
Because I thought, yes, I did my literature, MA English literature, I did my MPhil, and I was fed on so much of poetry of the common kind. In the sense, yes,
Okay.
I loved
Okay.
Matthew Arnold, all this, Dower Beach,
Mm.
everything. But I
Mm.
thought these are days when man is in short of time. You
Mm.
want to get the feel quick then and there. You know?
Mm.
So Williams was doing it in a
Mm.
very marvelous way. You know,
Okay.
he
Okay.
was not dividing prose, poetry,
Poetry.
etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
Genre was not something that he was obsessed with. He
Mm.
was give immediacy. Even
Yeah.
paintings that way was happening in painting also.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. In France, when I went, art galleries exist even now.
Mm.
All these painters and poets gather and to
Okay.
share their view. Marcel Duchamp,
Mm.
Picasso, all these people, they say, we give a product and let the reader enter it. So
Mm.
a cubist picture is one angle you look at it, one meaning. Another angle, another meaning.
Okay.
Reader
Different perspectives.
perspective,
Yeah. When
multiple perspectives.
perspective changes, the perception changes.
Exactly. So
True.
Williams very deftly put it. My dissertation
Okay.
topic was it. Uh,
Okay.
Everything depends on the way we look at it.
Look at it. Yeah.
The eyeing eye matters. That is
Yeah.
it.
True.
How
True.
you look at it gives meaning.
Mm.
Your consciousness, whatever you call it.
Okay.
That is what posits meaning.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when it comes to the modern poets, you might have been influenced by William Carlos.
Yes.
But any classical poet whom you have influenced, ma'am, inspired by any classical poet?
Definitely, definitely. How I loved Shelley, how I loved Keats, the romantics.
Okay.
How much
Okay.
I was in love with Matthew Arnold. I
Okay.
loved their diction. I loved the credo with which they wrote. This is no negation of traditional poetry,
Okay.
Imbibing the best in
Yeah.
them. We are reworking.
Imbibing the best
Hmm.
from them, like bring out the best out of us in a different form. So
Yeah,
that is
that is,
what you are trying to experiment with your poems. This is
ex-
what you mean to say.
yeah,
Cool,
reinventing.
ma'am. That's
Yeah.
the fine way of putting it across, ma'am. Ma'am, I came across this poignant poem of yours, O Poet,
Mm.
which was very well said and exhibited in words. How do you define a poet in your own words, ma'am? And how do you describe poetry? That's the case.
Poet. Yeah, here is that poem, Oh Poet. You know?
Oh, poet, yeah.
Yeah, yes,
So
it's
how
a
do you define a poet, ma'am, in
poet.
your own?
I'll define it that way. According to me, even a Malayalam book is coming out that way.
Okay,
That's the name. Jeevitham Thodunnathu. This
okay,
is how I define my poetic credo.
okay,
Life touches. I script it out
okay, cool.
slowly, subtly, becoming everyone, everything,
Becoming everyone, everything
everything,
with it.
everything. You know,
Very
you are
good
trying to deeply know the thing,
thing. Yeah.
slowly in that process, without molesting it, without
Mm,
saying, William says, Sen says, don't molest the reality by touching, but see it
mm,
first. That
mm.
is slowly, subtly,
Yeah.
giving a big space for everything. Everything. Because I think, Lakshman Rao, that is a need of the day these days. We need
True, true,
inculcate
true,
that. We
true,
just give
ma'am.
a wild birth to things, even to the words of the adversary. He has
Mm,
his right to speak up.
yeah.
Everything has a place in the world, the flora, fauna, animal, bird. The
True.
other man, whom you term was your enemy, what enemy? The more I travel around the world, this sense creeps through me. We
Mm,
are one of my latest poems. This book doesn't contain all that.
mm.
I met with so many people, places, but underneath all these venues there, basically, we are one. We cry the same. We dream the same. We drink the same water. The sky is the same. Why we are celebrating our differences? Why can't we celebrate our oneness? That was a thought that struck me.
Yeah. Even today, like poets, whomever we come across, we find hardly to acknowledge them. They don't even appreciate, accept. So that is
Yeah,
one basic thing, basic element which is missing in our poetic clan and the community. This is what I feel.
exactly. Exactly. Because
Yeah.
everyone has a space in the world.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
voice should be heard. Every
And
voice,
they are in their own comfort zone. They are in their own cubicle cues,
yeah,
sort of thing. Like they don't want to explore the other person. They just feel like they are the greats and the geeks and they are to themselves,
yeah,
but they don't want to know the other side of the person. So
exactly.
this is what I come into picture, wherein like I want to explore the other side of the person, other
Yeah,
side of a poet, his psyche and his vibe, the vibration of the other poet. So this is what this interview means to me. So
exactly.
I need to bring
So
out that poetic vibe, the poetic energy,
yeah,
so which is embedded within you.
yeah, that is it. That's the right way an interviewer should take, the right route.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So, like, even I've been evolving in these poetic interview sessions. Even I've been evolving. Cool, man. Let's go ahead, man, with the next question. Like, we'll go in this poem, the use of love. I wish it would have been bit bigger, man. It's just a short poem,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find the different shades of love because
Yeah.
although you have mentioned as uses of love, what do you want
Yeah.
to say about this love poem, man? A
Um,
short love poem.
very, very frank and very intelligent analysis. Because
Okay, thank
maybe
you.
I would say, actually, this poem was kind of a topic given, and write about it in Asian Literary Society has a way of throwing puzzles. You
Okay,
make NaPro every day. You are supposed to write on a topic. Write
okay,
within a stipulated line, use of love. Then
okay.
suddenly I would say I made it, and actually it shouldn't have gone into this book, but then it came over. Because
Yeah.
love was a theme I had dwelt upon so much in my previous books. Even in this book also, there is an elaborate one on love.
May I read it for you, ma'am, or else would you like to read it?
Yeah, you can read it. You can read
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's a privilege for me to read a short poem of Molly Joseph Mack. Here it goes.
Yeah.
Love shifts its shades, moods, meandering through edges, rugged, wild impulses of youth, fringed on expectations I clash,
That's
set apart spaces, but time yields. Acceptance, reticence prevails. Though near or far, love embers glow as dancing flickers in memory lanes. It's
Yeah,
so sweet, such a art-touching and soothing effect that it has, that
yeah.
it brings in all that flavors of love. I can say that.
Because
Yeah,
love, it can be,
yeah,
so it's
anything.
like exuberant in the beginning, then
Yeah,
it resides, but it still stays, it never leaves you.
yeah.
The ups and tumults of it, I was trying to trigger
I like that phrase of saying like flavors of love.
different flavors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, man. Going ahead, this poem, my biggest joy, deals that which deals with your debut coming out as a newborn child. How do you metaphorically justify your poem, man? Because for every new poet, if the day he brings out his debut, it's
Yeah.
like he's bringing out his baby to the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how do you want to describe it?
Yeah, exactly. It is a kind of a real birthing experience. I'm a mother and a grandmother. Eh? The thing is, you have it in you, you mold it in you,
Okay,
and then you're building up dreams on it. A poem, it happens as an idea first, then the
yeah,
idea is getting concrete shape. You
shape, yeah,
imagine your child should be like this, like that, You have a dream girl, and then you have the girl inside your womb, you believe, oh God, she has that face, this face. And they say, when you give the right visualization, the child emerges that way only. Likewise, the poem emerges.
yeah,
And then the pangs of birth are there, it's not easy. When you scribble down a few things, not that the child is born, you go through it, you edit
yeah.
it, and you fine tune it. And I have written a wonderful poem in one of my previous books. When you give the baths to the child, as a grandma, I was giving baths to the newborn, my little daughter, you are as if taking it in a very divine, sanctified way, the little body, and massaging it. You are the sculpture, the shape of her nose, the head, the hair,
The feature.
everything. Yeah. So you are there molding it, and finally, where after the bath, she smiles. She's like the sun shining on you. It
So
is a
that gives a different feel altogether. That gives a different aura to together. Saying like
yeah,
after becoming granny, is looking at your granddaughter.
yeah,
It takes so many nostalgic moments and effects on you that you
yeah,
have come so much far in your life.
yeah.
Is it not? So as a poet, like we try to intervene each and everything in our poetry.
Yeah.
So that's the best quality of a poet or an artist. That's what I can say.
Yes, Lakshman,
As
exactly.
ma'am, any great poets of Kerala whom you have been influenced in your early literary career, ma'am?
Yeah, definitely. I consider K. Sachidanandan sir, now the
Sachidananda.
president, is
Ah,
my guru. My first
oh,
book I wrote, Minus Musings, I took it
okay.
to him. And I said, sir, I've been reading you and rereading you. You are my inspiration, not that I'm copying your style because his style is different.
Hmm.
I said, I am a product of that post modern era.
Okay.
I have my own style and syntax, sir. Go
Okay.
through it and tell me freely your feedback, whether it is
Okay.
immature or whatever I need to improve. You're totally free, sir. You're my guru. He went through it and he said, Molly, I feel there's a style evolving in you, that condensed way of putting things across.
Things of course. Yeah.
Not flattening things out. You are
Yeah.
getting focused and condensed, Molly.
Yeah.
Develop that diction. It
Yeah.
will carry you somewhere. Thank
Yeah.
God his words came into effect. And later this style was noticed. I got experimental poetry awards and in so many places like in Kenya when I visited because I had to give lectures also on post or American poetry or the modern trends in poetry. I was invited for talks and there I got a very good reception, especially with youth, university students who said, ma'am, this is what poetry requires now. A kind of revitalization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Immediate impact effect, especially when I rendered it also. I could give that power into my rendering.
Yeah.
Each word, each syllable mattered. and I was inviting the reader in. So it was very inspiring when I gave my talk, and then I did some motivational part also in this thing. There is not much. Many motivations.
Ma'am, say something about Kamala Das, ma'am, from your own land.
Yeah, she was whom you would call a daring woman.
Yeah.
Dared to speak against patriarchy. Till then, you thought, you have to be so to be a good person, to be a good poet. You had certain stereotypes into which you had
In
to
your
fit.
own constraints.
Yeah, but here she was.
You broke
What?
all the.
Yeah, she was
Law.
boldly opening the doors for femininity. And
Yeah.
whatever you felt raw and fresh about a relationship, be it
Yeah.
physical or spiritual, whatever,
Mm.
she was doing it. And her diction, as I said, though long lines, it was fully laden with meaning. You know, it it touched the sensibility of the readers, especially women folk, and we
True.
felt
True.
a fresh whiff of air
Yeah.
in the world of poetry when we read Kamala Das.
So that's how she became a uh, worldly woman, or else like a
Uh,
homely woman.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
she got into each and every household name.
yeah,
Like she got into each and every poet mind.
yeah,
So, so on that note, like I really appreciate her grandeur of thought, her
uh,
celebrity of way of expressions.
exactly.
So it's nice, like to once in a while we come across these great poets and legends whom we
Yeah,
have to say
mm,
from our own land. Ma'am, if at all I have to say, like this poem of yours, which says the
mm,
title with solace.
mm.
It's so soul soothing, ma'am. So how did you find solace through your poetry?
Exactly, because sometimes, there are certain moods. We are all humans, Lakshman.
Yeah,
There are certain times when you feel a bit hurt, when you feel a bit low and all that. If you take up your pen and write, you're not giving it for publication or whatever. Thing is, it's a big load of your mind. The
yeah,
curative section of poetry,
yeah,
it gives you the kind of solace. Once the poem is done and I go through it, oh God, I could give expression. Life had touched me that way, and now I have expressed it. Maybe at one time or other, somebody even may notice. See, somebody lived there, as somebody said of Mahatma Ji. A man with flesh and blood lived upon this earth's surface once. He leaves such a trace of a person who thought that way, who felt that way. That is the kind of solace you get
yeah.
when you leave out something as something creative.
Creative. True, man. As such, like even poetry is therapeutic. Like even like the moment you write poetry, you try to ease yourself. You try to enter into peace
Yes,
mode. Like
exactly.
whatever that's haunting in your mind, that goes off, that
Yes,
fades away. Okay.
exactly.
So that burden, that baggage, that emotional baggage that you are carrying, once you put it on the paper, so you'll just ease yourself. You
Exactly.
come with peace. This is what even I feel and I've gone through. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
I
happy.
hope I
Wonderful.
hope you agree with that point.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Sure.
that's the most healing part of poetry that I have felt personally. And I feel the reader is getting it transmitted. Otherwise, you wouldn't speak like that. Like, so happy. We are
Thank
similar
you.
minded people in one sense.
Uh,
Same sensibilities.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, any quotable lines that you used to read for the audience, ma'am? Any of your best lines
Uh,
which can be remembered forever?
yeah. I once wrote, it was much celebrated, that poem. It was that Panorama Literary Fest people.
Okay. Okay.
They said, ma'am, we made it the court poem of the year. That is,
Okay.
come out of your art, O poet.
Okay.
That is it. 1 minute. I will read
Cool.
it for
Cool. Come out of your arc, poet.
your ark, because that Noah's Ark is there, Noah's
Ah.
Ark in Bible. Noah was
Okay.
putting every species of animal, bird into it so that
Hmm.
he could survive the flood. And
Hmm.
every animal bird or man survived within the ark.
Mhm.
Whereas the world, as Bible says, the world was flooded and then everything was lost, but the people survived.
Oh, that's
But
great.
here, the modern Noah, the modern poet, confines himself to the ark only, his ivory castle. So
Oh,
my exhortation is this: come out of the ark. My divine light falls on you. You walk on earth suffused by my benign shadows that lengthen on your way, guiding. Build your ark, anticipating the flood that can accrue unawares. Build it as per frames on high. You're facing challenges, modern day challenges, but build it this way. Beware, you are an instrument from me above. My spark guards you. Be inclusive. That's a big word always I talk. Accommodate everyone. Giving a wide berth to all. Accept difference. Grace your ways, soaked in love. Be kind, caring for all. You can survive any flood. Sure, a rainbow awaits you at the end. The rainbow of hope and promise.
a rainbow open.
Of hope and promise. The
Okay,
rainbow of hope and promise. You
of
know,
open promise.
promise. Because in as per the Noah's Ark, when the flood had receded, God showed that rainbow there. That is the time for Noah to open the ark.
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
if it face any challenge, but you should have that inclusivity
Yeah.
accommodated. You are not
So
part of
when
it.
rainbow comes into picture, we have that different hues over there, like different perspectives, different perceptions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's a wide range of a simple thought with a wide range of
connotation.
themes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
great to know. That's great to know. Ma'am, yeah, coming to your poem, your every moment counts, and it really matters. How do you signify time and value, and how much do you give worth to your time?
Yeah, that is it.
Because in these days, like nobody is finding time to meet up each other, catch up each other, or else give importance to the other person.
Mm.
So, what do you want to say about this? Every moment counts.
Yeah, every moment counts. The other day I was reading a little bit of science stuff. Quantum physics says everything is a construct, actually. The time thing is also.
Hmm, hmm,
They
hmm,
say it's our consciousness that posits time. You
hmm,
know, in the cosmos also, you get resonance to your kind of consciousness. They
hmm,
say even when you die, even quantum physics goes like that. Even when you die, it's not a mere death. Your consciousness become part of the cosmic
hmm.
wave. So the kind of hustle and bustle we make around time, that is what makes this big rat race. People jumping on each other, jostling against each other. Time, let us take it in a very sober way. Each moment, let us devour it. For example, how we enjoy our time now, this time of interview. Each word from you, me answering. Every moment in life is important in its own way.
We need to value it. We need to treasure it. We need to own it, and we
Exactly.
need to get absorbed in it.
Exactly. And one moment once missed cannot be
It's gone.
retrieved. No, that's it gone. So let us infuse these moments with enthusiasm, positivity, hope, and a big word I use often because I was in charge of International Academy of Ethics for a long period. Because these are days when values are getting eroded. Kindness and compassion.
Compassion.
That is the need of the day today
Yeah,
because
true.
we are
Especially with this, with our clan, with our poetic clan. This is the need of the hour.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
Just understand the flip side of things. Give a
Yeah,
syllabus to that,
yeah.
and then the kindness that is lacking so much. And
Yes, ma'am.
whenever I do write,
And moreover, we find that like whenever we post a poem or something, like we find some likes and there are some comments,
yeah,
some give some figurative speeches over there and nothing much. But
absolutely,
nobody comes with a detailing like saying like, yeah, you have done a good job, your pattern is good, or else
yeah,
they don't try to put in some words. Okay,
yeah,
just like just give a click, say I, bye. That's enough.
One emoji, yeah, one emoji, it's enough.
uh,
They are rushing after so many other things of more concern.
uh,
Prioritize things, their priorities are different, I think. And even I understand them because let us
yeah,
understand the other people also.
because nobody has that much of time for the other person to give a detailing.
Yes,
I believe.
exactly. That's what happens everywhere.
Yeah.
That is
They
the
can't
most
even compliment with few words.
exactly.
Yeah. Ma'am, your poem, The
Hmm.
Rendezvous, takes us to a different cultural feast of meeting and greeting. How do you think poetry bridges the cults and cultures?
Definitely, poetry is the one bridge that can engulf the so-called divides, especially excuse me, especially these days. Fiction is there, but again they're turning to short fiction
Yeah.
within the stipulated limited time. Poetry like a capsule, people can easily read. As you said, time they don't have, and especially poetry touches your emotions, thoughts, everything, not your brain alone. Something in you, the sixth sense in you is awakened by the true poetic diction, the true poetic word. So I believe I do attend any number of world conferences. I meet people from different planes. I enjoy it. Our dear present and fertile brains is giving a very good avenue to different writers from different zones in the world.
Genres. Yeah, true.
That is the right way of
But
bridging.
thing is like we are not still not able to come terms in the sense like we are not able to know the exact poetic vibe of that person until unless see we have been meeting on the fertile brains, but I didn't know what exactly you are as a poet or as a person what you are as a poetic person. So only when we have one to one we come to know like what exactly your poetic vibe is, what your poetic strengths are,
Yeah.
what is your weakness. So that gives a different persona altogether.
Mm.
Like for me it's like knowing a different person altogether.
Yeah, exactly. And this kind of interview,
I've known Molly Joseph for a long period, but today I am coming to know what she's all about. You know?
Thank you.
You
That,
being a seasoned poet, like honestly, man, honestly, it's like only when you interact with a person, you come to know their vibe, their strength, their aura of anything, either it's good
they're
or so
exactly.
that way it's nice meeting you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank you.
on the final note here I would like to ask you like, how do you evaluate your over as a poet, or
Uh,
are you satisfied as an accomplished poet as of now?
yeah. One way I would say, dear Lakshman, I'm happy with myself, as I told you. I never ever had any dreams. I did never wore caps of a poet from the very beginning. After retirement
This
only.
happens with most of them, man. Even I haven't thought in my dreams that I would ever write a poem. Okay, even I
Yes,
haven't thought. It's
yeah,
like I don't know, either it's accidental or organic.
organic.
Either way.
It evolved in its own time, actually.
Yeah.
It was biding its own time. But then once I started writing, other than teaching, I was focusing on teaching. 42 years I was teaching in different colleges.
Okay. As a
But
professor, as a
professor,
lecturer and professor. Okay.
communicative English in professional college. I was conducting TED Talks and all that. And I was trying to help empower the youth.
You okay.
And then once after retirement, then I thought I would address the world because you, in your own little way, should do something to
Something for the
illuminate.
society, for the
Yeah, for this
civilization.
side. It took me to writing, and then after some time writing so many books, I felt I should write for children also because it is
Mm-hmm.
already young. Catch
Oh,
them young. Little stories, two children's book I wrote,
yeah.
and I got. People bought it and they felt, "Ma'am, you are giving the right capsule through the adventure story, the right
Yeah.
message for the children to
For
save
the children.
nature."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have brought in two books for the
two.
children, right, man?
Yeah, two books.
Yeah.
Adventures of Billu and Dillu and
Okay.
Thrilling. Mm. A magician. And
Okay.
the thing is, in my own way, I was reaching out to the world. whether it be the adult, the
Yeah.
youth, or to the children. And now, when I look back, as Steve Jobs says, it was not in vain. A sense of contentment filters in. A sense, after all, of God. People are listening by God's grace. People are inviting me. Because, it is something like they said, ma'am, when we listen to you, it's like you are opening out your heart. As you
True.
said, the organic thing coming out from you. There is
Yeah,
nothing in the.
poetry should come out quite naturally. As kids
Yeah,
says, like if poetry should come, it should come as leaves to plant. If not, not at all. It
yeah,
says
that
so that way. Like if poetry should come, it should come as the fragrance to a flower.
exactly. You put it right. So
So
that way I have that contentment that is
cool, man.
in him.
That's nice to know, man. That's nice to know.
Not that I
Ma'am,
have high ambitions of that, this, nothing. In my
nothing.
own
Yeah.
little piece of life, I could do something or emit the kind of radiance which I thought I could do. That gives me kind
That which you, the radiance which you can radiate through poetry.
thank you.
So that matters a lot. And I feel like you're a seasoned poet, ma'am, wherein like you've gotten 26 books. I can feel your intellect. I can feel your mm, philosophy, your vibe, your psych level. Okay, and it was like, as I said, like it was knowing a different persona altogether. Okay,
Thank you.
so it was great and pleasure meeting you and knowing you, ma'am, as a poet and as a person. So, would like to say something about this show, ma'am?
Yeah, definitely. I feel in this interview or something, it is very, I had taken some other interviews, but this is something very close to my heart.
Cool, ma'am. That's
Like,
so nice of you.
somebody was like a sponge, absorbing my genuineness, the
Oh,
kind of openness, because I felt the same vibe in you also, I told you,
yeah,
there is that organic way of
putting
thinking
it across.
mindset.
Yeah,
So that gives a real kind of contentment and satisfaction. We have made a very good heart-to-heart talk. Heart talk it is like.
cool, ma'am. So nice of you, ma'am.
So I'm
Thanks
okay.
for opening your heart on this show, ma'am.
So thank you so much, dear
Thanks
Lakshman.
for giving me a chance to
Keep on
open
doing
your heart.
great work with others also, so that let us
Cool,
know people closer. Because you have that magnetic touch to
cool, ma'am.
reveal
So nice.
the organic element in a poet. Okay.
Cool. That's nice to know something from you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Thank you.
That admires me and that might inspires me to take this show a little bit further to have a longer longevity of its own.
Yeah,
So very
definitely.
very soon we'll catch up, ma'am. Thanks a lot,
Okay.
ma'am. Thanks for coming on to my show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hopefully Prasanna sir will say something here.
Yeah.
Mr. Prasanna ji,